God bless you, Love Gospel Assembly. I'm Jessica Antonetty, and for today's nugget of hope, I will touch on Psalm 119, verse 114, and it says, "You are my refuge and my shield. I have put my hope in your word." Psalm 119 is one of the longest chapters in the Bible. It's like a mini book within the book. And there are commentaries that have suggested that Psalm 119 may have been written by King David, and others suggest it may have been written by Daniel. But what we do know for sure is that the author is definitely someone who has experienced great affliction in life. So why would the author put their hope in God's word? And it's because those who depend on God's promises will reap the benefit of being taken under his special protection. This verse reminds us that God's character is reflected through his word. He's faithful, he's unchanging, and he's true. So whether the psalm was written by King David or Daniel, we've read their stories. We know what trials that they have endured. They both knew the God that they served, and they both placed hope in his promises. So growing up, keeping a promise or making a promise was like a handshake or a pinky swear. It was a solid and simple verbal contract. And in the old Western society, contracts were largely foreign. In fact, to insist on a contract would have been an insult because a man's word was his bond, and no one was willing to risk their social and relational equity by breaking their word. So you see that keeping your word is the essence of integrity. It lays the foundation for trust and respect. And when we're consistent in keeping our word, it allows others to build faith in us. So God is that example, right? We see him doing that. We see him laying that foundation of trust and being consistent in that from the Garden of Eden. And we see that in his dealing with Moses, Noah, Abraham, David, and through Jesus. So when it comes to hope, it generally implies that you have little certainty, but it still suggests confidence. When you put your hope in God's word, it becomes your refuge and your shield because it's the only source of truth. And when you stand in confidence of his truth, you will find peace. And at that point, what happens to take place is that trust is formed. And when trust is formed, you're open to receive encouragement, to receive wisdom, and to receive strength to be given to you through his spirit, which will sustain you in your season of battle. His word and his promises are stable and secure because God himself watches over them to ensure every word is being fulfilled. We see this all throughout both the Old and the New Testament. His promises are never empty, and his word doesn't expire. We serve a promise keeper whose word is his bond. So maybe at this moment, you probably have no idea how your circumstance or your situation is going to turn out. But how blessed are we that we can place our hope and our confidence in the truth and faithfulness of his word. And when we do, he will be our refuge and shield. God bless you, Love Gospel.
Thank you for joining us in this week's Nuggets of Hope. We hope you continue to join us, and we hope that you are blessed by each teaching. You can join us on Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube. God bless you.